everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Here we've got two teams who will look to their running backs to try to control the pace of the game. It's Ty Montgomery's Packers going up against Jordan Howard's Bears. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. Set to return now. Here's Deontay Thompson. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'2" QB out of North Carolina, former number 2 overall pick. It's Mitchell Trubisky.
When I talk with people around the league about Mitchell Trubisky when he's coming out of North Carolina, those that had questions about him, they often centered in on the fact that he was only a one-year starter and wondered why he couldn't beat out the guy ahead of him beforehand. I just locked in on the athletic ability, the accuracy, and then once he got the football, how the team responded to him. I think his upside is big.
On first down, Trubisky. The catch is made by Kendall Wright. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Let's go. Green 39.
A first carry now for Jordan Howard. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Let's focus on the backfield as we get a look at Chicago's starters. You mentioned earlier, Charles, you had Tariq Cohen, Jordan Howard, big weeks in that win over Pittsburgh.
And in week 2, Jordan Howard, 9 carries, 7 yards. How about this rebound for him to bust it up to 23 carries, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, game winner in overtime. And there's room for Tariq Cohen, isn't there? There's room for both of them. Cohen actually had what they thought was the winning touchdown on a monster run. Got called back because he stepped out of bounds. But I just don't know how you tackle that little guy.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
Green Bay's defense in 2016 was a bit unbalanced. Number 8 against the run, but number 31 against the pass. So you know the offseason emphasis was on trying to make sure they shored up the secondary and increase the pass rush.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. From the shotgun is Trubisky, and he's got Miller. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
while we will not get another play as time will run out on this first quarter. 0-0 our score, and we're back to Soldier Field after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he'll go down at the 28. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And this one complete to Marcus Wheaton. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I think this was a good signing by the Chicago Bears, picking up Marcus Wheaton from Pittsburgh. They had to do something to try and lessen the loss of Alshon Jeffrey.
Injuries last year holding him to just 3 games, 4 catches, but the 2 years prior to that, he combined for 97 grabs. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. This is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Marcus Wheaton, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Bears are in for 6. And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half. Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Here's Connor Barth for the point after. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Barth now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, who amazingly was 0-4 career-wise in overtime games. 0-7 if you count the playoffs, but they did beat Cincinnati in overtime this past week.
And he did it despite throwing the 2nd career pick 6 for Aaron Rodgers. The first one since November of 2009. William Jackson III got him and brought it all the way back. And for a while there, it looked like Cincinnati was going to get the win. But you and I both know, anyone who watches the NFL, when Aaron Rodgers is down, it's often when he's the most dangerous. He brought him all the way back.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop him with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Danny Trevathan coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first, it's indeed time for our EA Sports halftime report. Both the Bears and the Packers haven't had a reliable run game so far. The push up front has not been there, and you have to give credit to both defenses on that front. So let's take a look at the highlights from the 1st half. 1st and 10. Wheaton's able to get open here, and this goes 20 yards for the score. Bears land the first punch. Packers with the ball late in the half. Adams got nobody around him on the catch, and he'll be tackled at their own 34-yard line. Still a little time left on the clock. Trevathan's got to get the quarterback here. This will go for a loss of 7. So that'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Now let's get back up to Chicago as we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Set to return, this is Jeff Janis. The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Rodgers now on first down. And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 6 there on first.
Have you gotten used to seeing Martellus Bennett in number 80? I mean, he's been number 88 his entire career, right?
And how about that, the fans selecting his jersey number?
Yeah, that was his idea. He put that out there on social media and said, here are a few choices. What should I wear? And he went with what the fans picked. Over 100,000 people weighed in.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Second down following the run. Throwing now is Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
I know Devontae Adams really developed in 2016 as a receiver for Green Bay. I think he had plenty of incentive because when Aaron Rodgers breaks contain, gets out of the pocket, anything can happen downfield. You can find yourself open, can't you?
And it makes Adams a high-volume guy. Week 7 and 8 last year, 25 catches, highest 2-game total in the illustrious history of the Packers. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. He's back to throw. Caught left side by Cobb. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Rodgers to Cobb. Good for a Green Bay first. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Danny Trevathan in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As he'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield and nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
Holding, offense.
So they lost yardage and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Trubisky with the give to Howard. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Again, it's Howard. And he's got some space here. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.